Well, I'm happy. I'm tired, to be honest, but happy to be through in 2 sets. I think I played a pretty solid match. I had to because Emma is a very good player, and she didn't win a slam for nothing. I know how she can play, and tonight I think I was playing good tennis. I was doing a lot of variation, going to the net when I could, and defending when I had no other choice. And I think that she felt I was ready for the fight. So, and it was 6-3, 6-3, but it was actually a tough fight for both of us.
Okay, very good. Questions in English, please. David.
Hi, Alize. David Kane from Tennis.com. Congratulations on the win. I mean, it was already going to be a historic tournament for you with the record of main draw appearances. Just how does this feel on top of that to not only have that win, but to have this win as well?
Yeah, it's amazing for me to celebrate this record by winning on Armstrong in the night session against the defending champ. I mean, it's like the stars are aligned, you know. It's such a special moment for me. I was already very happy to break this record and to have my 500 wins last week in Cleveland, but I was ready, you know. I was ready for tonight. I feel like this year I'm kind of the upset girl, so like I pull out an upset on every slam. So I was like, okay, I did it on the 3 tournaments, on the 3 previous Grand Slams, so why not this one? And yeah, the atmosphere was great. I know people were rooting for Emma a lot, but I was really trying to put on a show and take them with me, and it kind of worked at the end. So I just hope they're going to be behind me for the second round.
Court.
Alize, congratulations.
Yeah.
You talked about being the stars being aligned. It seemed like you were quite excited to see who you were playing in the first round in this historic tournament for you. Do you look at this whole 2022 season that you've had as something fated, you know, something that was kind of written in the stars?
I don't know. When you say I was excited to see my draw, I wouldn't say I was excited. At first I was like, oh, and then I was like, well, I'm celebrating the record. I'm going to have a big court against a great opponent where I'll have basically nothing to lose. And then I was excited. But at first I was not that excited because Emma is a tough opponent. But yeah, it felt like a great opportunity for me to put on a show tonight, have fun, enjoy. And that's what I did. And that's what I did on every slam this year. And I saw a stat on Twitter, and I saw that I've beaten a Grand Slam champion on every slam this year. I think it's crazy. It's kind of cool. I mean, these players that I'm admiring and that I follow, that I've been following for a long time, and knowing that I'm, you know, part of this world and that I can beat them on the slam. I don't know. I still feel like a kid sometimes, and I don't realize that I'm able to do this kind of thing. So it's cool.
Tamani.
Hi, Alize. Twani Kara from The Guardian. You've obviously played so many slams, but clearly you haven't had a year at the slams like this before with all of those wins. What have you learned anything new about yourself that you didn't know before this year?
I guess it's just called maturity, and that's it. And you have to wait for it. And it came this year, but I guess I'm just trying to. Maybe because I know it's like my last year or last 2 years, and that I won't have the chance to play so many slams after that. I'm really trying to soak in the moment, you know, to enjoy it, to have fun, to take the energy out of the crowd. And sometimes I'm taking distance when I play. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to miss it so much in the future, and it's going to be great memories. So just don't let your nerves, you know, get in the way, and just enjoy. And that's how I handle a bit more my emotion, a bit better. And I think it helps my tennis overall. So yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe it's written in the stars. It had to be this year. I'm happy it finally happened.
Reem.
Rima Boulay, Eurosport.com. Congrats, Alize. I'm curious because in the beginning of the year you said you wanted this to be your last year, and then you said maybe Roland Garros next year. Considering how much fun you're having, it seems, on the tour, is that finish line going to shift, or do you have it strict in your mind? How are you approaching this?
Who knows? I mean, like, I never said that I would stop for sure. I said I'd let the door open, and then the media were like, oh, it's our last year. And I was like, okay, man, I'm not going to justify myself. I mean, I will feel it in my heart when it's time. But after I played Roland Garros, I knew for sure I couldn't end on this Roland Garros. I mean, I came out of the court under the whistles. I mean, it was a sign for me that I had to come back. So it was not an option for me to stop, to not to play another Roland Garros. So that's why it's in my mind right now. I'm going to push it till Roland Garros for sure next year. And then let's see what's happening. It's in 9 months. Many things can happen mentally, physically. For now, I'm enjoying being healthy in my head and in my body. So, yeah, just I want to take it all right now.
Last question in English. Court.
Alize, just on the record, speaking outside of the match itself, but just can you talk about what this record means? I mean, I think I saw some stat that when you first started it, Emma was 4. So that blew my mind. I don't know if it will blow yours, but it's kind of crazy. But to play 63 consecutive slams, what does that say about you, and how do you feel about owning that record now?
Well, I think it shows pretty well the kind of player that I am. The consistency I've had for these 16 years, the discipline I'm having every day since I'm 11. The fact that I'm not injured a lot because I'm strong, and also because I'm working a lot in the gym, and I spend a lot of time working on my body, doing prevention and stuff, and I think it's paying off right now. You know, it's been paying off for my whole career, and it's just a proof of my consistency even on the court, the way I play. You know, I'm always 100% on every matches, on every set, every point. And yeah, I'm pretty glad that I'm holding this record. I think I kind of deserve it. So it's nice. It's a nice feeling.